Now a child can understand that this is the law of all the land. The world is black, the world is white. It turns by day, then by night. A child.
Well, welcome back. We're sitting in here with Mr. Christopher Hart, your host, and I'm sure he picked that bumper for a reason.
Rachel Dolezal. She, before this happened the other night, she was the one I was going to focus on with you tonight. But actually, both, you just said something during the break. You said, this just doesn't happen, that there was a long build-up to this, but that he was going to do something like this probably anyway.
Right. The pathology is deep. It's there. He was going to do something, but what I also tried to point out was you've got to follow the trail on this. Where did he learn this from? Where did he get these ideas? Who instilled this in him? You don't just wake up one morning saying, "Oh, I hate black people."
Right.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So what kind of environment was he in? Where was he getting this information from? And I'm sure now they'll be able to point that out because they've done some great investigative journalism over the last 2 days.
Well, I talked about it last night, though, because the kid probably was being schooled somehow, but all he has to do is turn on the television, and I see you kind of doing that, but he turns on the television. Now, he's been told, that the blacks are trying to take over the country, and all this is happening. So he turns on the television, and he sees them marching, in Ferguson, in Baltimore, in Cleveland, in Sanford. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. So he's feeling, well, yeah, it really is happening. So I'm gonna have my part in this. And he was the same. You know what he said? What he told his friends? The same thing Charlie Manson told people when he was arrested, and told his followers. He wanted to start a race riot. That's the same damn thing Charles Manson told his followers in his bizarre way. He was trying to start a race riot when he killed Sharon Tate and all those the Folgers and the other people. Okay. This kid told it was evidently one of his friends he wanted to start a race war. You see, so all of it kind of plays into it. You see, as you said, there was a long build-up to this, and it wasn't just one source. Right. That one source that was teaching him this nonsense he was looking out in the world, and in his perspective, his distorted perspective, he saw all kinds of confirmation of it, you see. Right. And then there you got our president who's chipping in his 2 cents worth, right? Instead of being a real leader, he's being a divider. Yep. And so it feeds into the pathology. Yep. Now, somebody else who obviously has had a long run up to where she's at is Rachel Dolezal. What is going on with that woman?
I haven't decided whether this is a case of hero worship or whether she's just not satisfied with herself, that she has to make up a new identity. There's just so many things that you have to really sit down and talk with this individual about to figure out where her head is on this. But it's so twisted. It really, really is. You sit there and you're like, okay, how did you go from blonde hair, blue eyes to, what you have now with the dye job and the slight tan? And, start telling everybody you're black. Right. I just, wow. And I don't know enough about her to provide any kind of analysis on the air.
Well, first and foremost, both of these people are operating from a total lack of anything other than a sense of self. Are they not?
True, and it's their own reality that they've created for themselves. I'm sure she truly believes that she's black.
Well, she said as much the other night.
I'm positive of it. She's going to sit there, and that's what she believes, so therefore she is. Right. And he believes that he's the savior that's going to start the race riot that's going to cleanse the world. And they both believe that wholeheartedly.
Yeah. Well, in her case, how much do you think white guilt plays a role in it?
And that's hard to say because did she see her stepbrother being raised differently than her?
Her stepbrother, who was black.
Was black. Was he afforded any less privileges than she was because she was the white sister?
Right.
You have to look deep into this thing and go, okay, it wouldn't make sense for it to be that way, but for whatever reasons, this is the way she sees herself. And in today's society, she's probably going to be applauded for it.
But isn't that part of the problem, too?
It is a huge part of it.
She's got issues, does she not? I mean,
she does have issues. She has just
she
as
needs
many
to be talking to
issues
somebody
as this
like
guy.
you, right?
Right. Oh, yeah, definitely. She
All right.
really does.
All right. Well, let's talk to Tim while we still have time in this segment because we're up against a hard break here in 2 minutes. Tim, thanks for calling.
Good evening. Okay, when I come out Monday night,
Yes?
I want to be Italian. So I'm going to just be Italian, and then when it's over, maybe I'll get my own reality show, and the press will think I'm a hero.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
Pasquale will just put you in the kitchen and put you to work.
That's right.
Well, yeah. Maybe I better hold off till after I eat.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, it's making a mockery of not only who she is but who she's wanting to be. And once again, it's divisive. What she's doing is divisive. You see where I'm coming from there, Tim?
Right, but she got short-sighted a couple of times because she was white, and I think she just felt that maybe she would get more benefits if she changed.
Well, kind of like the Elizabeth Warren approach.
Right.
Well, I suppose maybe there's something to that, but I think with this woman, it's something deeper. But nonetheless, I think in a large sense that both of these characters are a product of the world we live in, and we need to look in the mirror in that sense. And once again, though, I'm encouraged. I'm hesitant to use words like that because of the loss of life, but I'm actually encouraged by what I see with these families because they are taking a different approach. They're not walking down the same old path. They're walking down the path of Christianity. You see, and they're showing us that this is the way. This is the way. And
That's right.
Tim, thanks a lot. I appreciate you calling. Look forward to seeing you there Monday night.
Yeah, we'll see you with your Italian flag.
Yeah, dressed in green, red, and